into the Spurs squad. So as you can see on the screen to the left of me, is it your right? You're looking at the right, but it's the left of me, is the Ola squad with all the options. So you obviously got 3 goalkeepers there. Anyway, we're going to be looking at position by position and seeing who's going to go, who's going to stay, what we need to do this summer.
Yeah, and we're going to kind of build what I guess we're going to incorporate. Yesterday we did a keep, loan or sell. We're kind of incorporate that and kind of see what's left, what kind of how much business do we actually need to do this summer, and maybe as well look at how much money potentially we've raised with the players that we're intending to sell, and would that be enough to fund what could be a big summer for us. So we've already added Robertson and Senesi because they're pretty much done. So they're on the list. So you look at the 3 goalkeepers, we've got the whole back line, which we have 5 centre-backs, is that? 5 centre-backs, and we've got 5 full-backs now. 6 midfielders, 7 if you include Gallagher, who's sitting in the number 10 position at the moment. You've got, well, kind of 2 wingers, with Odebear and Kulusevski injured, more back from alone. 3 strikers, Solanke, Richarlison and Lancashire. So, on the face of it, there's a lot of trimming that needs doing. So that's a hell of a bloated squad, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of players, obviously, which we said yesterday, need going. So, if we we're going to have to sell, just from the substitutes, you're looking at, obviously, Vicario is going to go.
Yeah, so you say 21 million for Vicario.
21. So we're going to promote Kinski to number 1 for now, and just have Austin there. So that'll be the keeper. So Porro and Spence, we're pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Dragoshin will go.
Dragoshin, we're thinking will go, and we think Romero is going to go as well.
So we'll say 15 for Drag. We'll say, what, 45 for Romero, something like that?
45 for Romero, and we're going to replace Romero with Vuskovic. And Vuskovic is going to come for the time being. So we're going to have Vuskovic and Danso centre-back, Porro, Spence at right-back.
Yeah, you've got Van de Ven, Senesi, that's fine.
I actually misspelled that. Senesi. There you go. Yeah, Van de Ven, Senesi.
Docky, Robertson, Davis. I think he's going to leave on a free this summer.
Davis is going to leave. So we're going to take Davis out. So we're now that back line, I think, looks pretty not bloated. We've done it. We've sold Romero, replacing Vuskovic, and we've got Dragoshin out, Davis out. So that looks like a pretty solid front line. Maybe we have to sign a keeper. We'll talk about that in a bit. Maybe a keeper you're thinking could be signing a number 1, a bit more experience potentially in the back line. But those 4, the only thing is, the only question in the back line there is, do we send Vuskovic out on loan and sign another one, or are we promoting Vuskovic? That's the only question really. Yeah. But everyone else is pretty good. We're pretty happy with that.
Yeah. So I'm happy with it as it is. I don't want to see Vuskovic.
So technically, regarding incomings, our back line is done for next season. We don't even have to touch it. Yeah. That's a lot. So going on to midfield. Basuma's going to go. We're not going to give him his contract.
Yeah, that's a free transfer.
So he's gone. Now, obviously, we'll have a question mark on Paulinho. I guess the question, and there's a question on all 3 of these, I guess there's a bit of a question.
I think Sarr goes. I would say, 20 million for Sarr or something like that?
Let's say 25 for Sarr. Well, let's say 22. 22 million for Sarr. 22 million. I think we can get a bit more than 20, but maybe not 25. So, okay. So then Gray and Bergvall. Are we keeping them around? Both of them.
They're both definitely staying. It's just a question of, do they go on loan or not? I'm not sure.
Oh, let's keep them there for now. We'll keep them there, and then we'll assess things. Okay, we've got Kudus and Decky here, but we don't know what's going on with
the only other
here.
player that leaves is Richarlison. I think everyone else stays.
Obviously, Odebear's injured. Moore, we'll see if he goes on loan. Does Moore go on loan? potentially. We'll discuss that. And then Richarlison's going to leave. And maybe Lancashire also on loan.
So Richarlison another 20 million.
And then other than that, Gallagher's say Madison's out of the squad, Jabby's injured. Okay, so how many players we sold?
There's 5 players sold, and then there's a few gone on free. Basuma and Davis gone on free. So
how much we raised?
2, 4, 6, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 odd million.
120 odd million. And it's still pretty bloated. That's the truth. There's still a lot of... I mean, unless we're saying Moore and Lancashire go on loan. And then maybe one of Bergvall or Gray. Because when you look at that, potentially need to sign a goalkeeper. Because just potentially.
I'll go Carl Darlow on a free. That's what I would do.
Okay, let's say no goalkeeper. You go to the midfield. What do we have?
But also, we don't have to spend just what we bring in. Like, there's going to be money there to spend.
Okay, I'm just trying to work out how much do we need to spend. How much do we need? I mean, how much positions do we need?
We need to sign a midfielder.
So we need to what on this position, or to play with Paulini and Bentancur, or
I think our starters are going to be Paulini and Bentancur probably.
Okay, so let's Gray and let's go Bentancur. Well, those were our starting midfielders at the end of the season.
If anyone's going to go between them two, it'd probably be Bergvall on loan. And I think he's probably the least suited to what De Zerbi wants to do as well.
Someone made a good point in the comments, which we'll get back to, but they said Bergvall and Gray are both a year away from being fully homegrown. So it might be worth keeping them around just for that.
They have to stay.
If they go on loan,
they have to stay.
If they go on loan, then it's...
Yeah, they have to stay because you got a plan like you're going to be in Europe next season.
So if they both stay and we have two midfielders, how many midfielders... And we got Gallagher there who could also play back. How many midfielders are we actually going to sign?
1, I reckon.
What, like a passing midfielder?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we sign like a passing midfielder, let's say like a kind of Adam Wharton, Locatelli kind of type, something like that. Someone of that kind of ilk. Someone of that kind of ilk.
How many players are there of that kind of ilk?
Well, apparently they tried to get Locatelli when they're at Marseille, and he decided at that time to stay at Juve. But maybe with
and who was at Marseille? De Zerbi was at Marseille.
De Zerbi was at Marseille because he played under He played under him at Sassuolo. So maybe there's something to be done there. We know the chairman of Juve just said they're going to have to sell some players because they're not in Europe.
Okay. Bring me Locatelli then.
Maybe Locatelli. So I don't know how to do this. Let's say we're keeping Paolini on a permanent. That's 25 million. Paolini and Bentancur. We're saying one midfielder. We're saying
We need 3 attackers.
So 2 wingers and a striker.
Yeah.
So we're sending more on loan.
If Spurs are serious this summer, they go break the bank for Victor Osimhen this summer. You go Galatasaray, offer them what they want, and you give him the wages what he wants. He is the best striker in Europe that is not at a top club, by far.
So do we think Moore's going to go on loan again?
I think so, yeah.
So get more. So we'll take more out. Yeah, look at that front line. We've got one player who's got we've got 2 players in Odobe and Javi have an ACL. Decky, we don't know if he's going to be fit for next season. So do we have to kind of basically plan for the forward without those?
I think you have to plan without Kulusevski for sure, and you got to plan without Javi and Odobe anyway because they're missing a half a season minimum.
So if we just go for we're just going to go with who's actually going to be fit for most of the season.
I don't think we sign a 10. Yeah, I think we sign left winger, right winger, and striker.
Left winger, right winger, and striker. So that's how many players? That's 4 players.
Yeah.
We're looking to sign.
And I do think we're going to end up with Savinho and Somerville. It could be just easy to say that because we're linked
Probably
with them
every
right
time
now.
that happens.
But yeah, I've got a feeling maybe just one of them will end up with. I'm not sure. Maybe Savinho just seems like it might happen.
I think Savinho's on the cards. So if you add Savinho in there, let's say we manage to persuade Locatelli to come.
Not happening.
Why not?
Just don't think it's going to happen.
Could do. I don't think it's that crazy persuading him to come.
Locatelli is top quality, man. I think if he goes, he probably goes to a Champions League club.
Maybe De Zerbi can convince him.
What, to leave Juventus, who didn't
was
make Champions League, to come to Tottenham?
Yeah, there was a... they're not in Champions League.
Yeah, that's not in Champions League. Wouldn't he want to go back to a Champions League club?
Yeah, but maybe he wants to come Premier League, and maybe De Zerbi can sell him a project because he knows De Zerbi well. He knows De Zerbi well. And also, there was a period he was out of favour not so long ago at Juve. So he was actually... They wouldn't mind getting rid of him. But he's turned it around. But I'm just saying, like... I don't think the top 6 teams are jumping to sign him right now. Maybe there's an opportunity.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to think who needs a midfielder. I mean, what about Liverpool?
Liverpool, maybe. I think they need a bit of more of a monster, though. Someone who's really physical rather than... I was just talking to Chris Redman, a bit of a spoiler, but he was saying, like, their midfield, they've just got too many nice passes and too many nice players. They need some physicality. Whereas I think we've got quite a bit of physicality, but we need some passing ability. It's a bit of a difference.
I would love to see Locatelli. I don't know. I just can't see it.
Well, let's put him in as like a kind of
A dream.
a dream. So let's put Bentancur there and Locatelli. Let's say like Locatelli.
Just feels
there.
like a Championship manager signing.
Potentially, and let's put Tell here, and let's say we sign someone like Somerville. Or who would we like? What about Ndai?
I want to see Rashford.
Rashford.
That's what I want to see.
So you
See,
look at that team
Then we need a striker.
and a striker. Yes, Lancashire. We said we're going to keep Lancashire. We're sending him on loan.
Keep Lancashire around.
And then let's say a striker. Let's have striker suggestions, guys.
Victor Osimhen.
We're just
Come
never
on, we
going
got
to
a song ready for Eddie.
We're never going to spend those wages on him.
We should, man. We should. He is the guy that we need.
He is. He changes everything. We get someone like Osimhen. Who could we get up front? Krupi, Garassi, Duran, Dybala, Vlahovic, Marmouche. What about Marmouche?
I don't know. I think Maresca might like him.
Igor Thiago.
Mateta?
Mateta. He had his surgery on his knee. Could be over it. Tony.
He's looked very good since he's come back, Mateta.
He has. It's true. I'll be open to Mateta.
You know what? What about Ivan Toney after the World Cup? He's been called up to the World Cup. Is he going to want to get a taste of that Premier League football again?
Maybe Ivan Toney. I mean, there's rumours he wanted to leave, and then he kind of poured cold water on them.
Look, if we're really serious, if they want to follow through on their promises, and they say you're going to see a different Spurs, we're going to invest, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, just push the boat out for Victor Osimhen, man. You pushed the boat out for De Zerbi, gave him one hell of a contract. You know.
What's he on?
I don't know. Probably a crazy amount.
I mean, so many clubs pulled the plug on him because of his wages. I mean, he's a bloody a player like him at Galatasaray is ridiculous.
He wanted 300 grand a week, didn't he?
I think he wanted more. I think he wanted like closer to 450 or something ridiculous. He's on a mad wage.
Oh, jeez.
What?
It really is a mad wage. He's on. He's on a 384 grand a week.
Yeah, but there's probably no tax on that.
Yeah.
So that means you have to double that in England.
Yeah, pretty much. What, is there no tax in Turkey?
I don't know, but not as much. What'd you say?
For international players, they've got like an incentive, don't they?
Yeah, some sort of incentive.
He's earned his money now. Does he not want to tie a shot at the Premier League?
Who are we putting in this forward? Like someone who's a bit realistic, but also an upgrade. Let's put Osimhen there. But I think Osimhen seems really
Osimhen is never going to join Spurs.
Darwin Núñez, no chance. Openda or Jonathan David. Voltmarder. Apparently Newcastle want rid of him.
Why do they want rid of him?
Yeah, apparently they doesn't suit Eddie Howe's system.
I mean, this is just like the $1 million question. Like, who's it going to be? Go for Mateta.
Let's put Mateta there. Let's put Solanke there, Mateta. All right. So you look at that squad, you look at that team.
Yeah.
How much money do you reckon we would have spent?
So we've spent nothing on the back line. We've
Not signing a
spent
keeper.
Locatelli, about 40 million, I reckon.
Yeah.
Rashford, I would say a loan.
Savinho about 45.
Yeah, Savinho 45, and Mateta probably about the same.
So you're spending around 150 million.
Yeah, that's well within our remit with.
It's only 30 million plus the players.
Yeah.
Sales. Is that team good enough to compete for top 5?
I think under De Zerbi, that team is definitely good enough to get top 7. Definitely.
Trying to think what it's lacking. Maybe you sign a keeper as well. I would say if we've got money spent, maybe you get a for Bruggen potentially. It's a good team.
I think that team can get top 7. Why not? It's got good cover.
Rashford is crazy. People are saying. I mean, it's not that mad. I don't think there's going to be a whole queue of clubs looking to
The
get
thing
him.
is, it was mad maybe a few years ago, but now he's getting sent back by Barcelona. It's up in the air whether Man United want to keep him or not. Like, where's he going to go?
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a queue of clubs like looking to splash massive on him. I think there's an opportunity if there's someone serious about to get him.
Like when PSG signed Moani for 70 million, you'd be like, nah, Spurs can never get Moani. We just got him on loan. So things change in football. I think Rashford could be a possibility if we actually went for it.
All right, so we're thinking 4 signings, maybe 5 with a keeper. That's what we're thinking. What do you think, guys? Do we need more? Do we need more than 4 signings? Is that realistic? I mean, to be fair, we're saying 4 signings, and maybe when De Zerbi says we don't need that many, maybe you only take 4.
I think we end up bringing 4 or 5 players in, yeah. I don't think we'll bring more than that.
Yeah, more, people are saying.
Everyone wants more all the time. I'd welcome more. But I think for De Zerbi's first summer, this will be a good starting block to go next season with 1 game a week.
And obviously, within this, you do have Xavi and Odegaard coming back in January, February.
Yeah, true.
And you also do have Decky at some point, hopefully, recovering.
You got to remember, we got to assume that we're going to be back in Europe next season. We have to make that assumption. And we got to plan the squad accordingly. We don't want to get in the same mess that we got into this season. We need to make sure that we're going to have enough homegrown players, enough English players, because we can't get into that mess again. The squad needs to be planned properly and meticulously.
And next season, we're not going to have that issue of homegrown because we're not in Europe.
Yeah.
So we don't really have to focus on that. So we can get in whatever we want this season to make sure when we are in Europe, we sort that out.
Exactly. And that's why the Bergvall and Gray thing is massive. And that's why they need to stay.
True. I like that squad. I like the look of that squad.
Where do you think that squad
cook.
finishes?
I think that squad potentially top 6.
The problem is if Maddison gets injured, there's not much
Yeah,
creativity in the 10.
that is a big issue.
Albeit you could maybe move Kudus into the 10. and play Savinho or whoever on the right hand side, maybe. Hopefully, Maddison don't get injured until Javi comes back.
Maddison not getting injured is a bit of a tall order.
Yeah. Until Javi comes back.
We do have Decky potentially. We'll have to see what happens when it comes to pre-season.
People are saying Morgan Gibbs-White.
Well, you could add Gibbs-White in there.
Imagine having Gibbs-White, Maddison and Javi in the same squad. That's just a bit mad, isn't it?
You could potentially move... we could do with the Gibbs-White. Could fill in all three positions here, if need be.
But we know we're not signing him.
No, we're not getting Gibbs-White. Belabor, Van Hecker. I mean, if you added a Van Hecker, Verbruggen and Belabor into that, fucking hell.
Yeah, we ain't doing that either. But look, I think that's a decent squad. It's a decent squad. Definitely getting out of a lot of the players that we need to get out. Bringing in some really good quality players and experienced players as well. Like all those players that we said we're bringing in that could potentially come in. Locatelli, Rashford.
Someone says Nico
Mateta.
Gonzalez, maybe.
Yeah, that's also a shout. Potential.
I mean, I don't think that's crazily unrealistic.
Yeah, it's obviously not going to happen.
No, never will. Alex Scott, we could add Alex Scott, people are saying. But the thing is, any other midfielders, I don't know what you do. How do you add them in?
How do you add them in?
I mean, like, if we sign a Scott or a Gibbs-White or a Nico Gonzalez, can we add any more without taking out?
It depends if any of these guys... Probably not, because none of them are really versatile to play anywhere else. The Gibbs-White, I think you can add him because he's versatile to play in many different places. So maybe a Gibbs-White. If you sign a midfielder that can play elsewhere, I think it's possible. But if it's just a specialised midfielder, then probably not.
I'm saying if it's an Alex Scott, I don't think you can sign Alex Scott without taking one of those out.
Yeah.
If we are keeping Bergwijn and Gray, that is.
Alex Scott should be counted as homegrown.
100%. He's fully COYS. All right, well, let's hope for a big summer. It's going to be very interesting to look back on this maybe later, who we have signed and thinking what we...
Yeah, look back on it, how wrong we actually got it, like every other time we do transfer predictions.
Well, this isn't transfer predictions. This is more like what we think we need.
Yeah.
We're not really thinking... I don't think we're going to sign Locatelli, Rashford, Mateta, or... Well, I think Savinho we will, but Locatelli and Rashford, I don't think we're going to sign those two.
And Mateta?
I don't think we're going to sign Mateta either.
We were linked with Mateta. We made a bid for Mateta.
We were linked with him in Jan, weren't we?
We made a bid for him.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure we did. Did we not make a bid for Mateta, or am I going crazy? I swear we made a bid for him.
I think there was links, like French links, I remember, but it was not... So I don't know how serious they were.
Did Spurs not make an offer for Mateta?
And then he had his knee injury, which scuppered it. I can't remember. Maybe you're right.
Or it was just a late inquiry on deadline day or something.
Yeah, maybe. That sounds about right.
Tottenham tried to sign 50 million Mateta. Yeah. Anyway. So that's what the squad building and squad looks like. I mean... On the basis of it, there's a lot of business to do, but once we get these players out the door, we'll know exactly what we need to do. I don't know if they're going to do it like that.
So we're saying 5 in and 5 out and 4 in.
No, we're saying 7 out.
7 out, including the freeze.
Yeah.
7 out and 4 in.
Yep.
I mean, it's a lot to do, but
No, it'll be 5 in because I think we will bring in a goalkeeper.
We'll get 5 in. Well,
it's not 5 in anyway because you've got Robertson and Senesi as well, so that's 2 more.
We've already got those 2, so 7 in, 7 out.
Yeah. All right, well, let us know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. It's very interesting. We'll keep track of it as we go and see how Spurs do this summer. But, we're not even in June yet, and Spurs have already made 2 signings. Well,
exactly.
About to make 2 signings, hopefully.
And let us know where we went wrong, maybe. Maybe there's players that you think should go that are gone, that are not left on the squad, or maybe players you think need signing that we haven't added. So let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, Jersey, once again.